Is drinking raw milk safe like RFK Jr. suggests? Can you reduce a glucose spike if you eat your food in, quote unquote, the right order? I'm registered dietitian Abby Sharp. I host a nutrition myth-busting podcast called Bite Back with Abby Sharp. And those are just some of the questions I tackle with qualified experts on my show. There is so much food misinformation and disinformation out there, and it can feel impossible to know what's real and what's BS. On Bite Back, my goal is to help listeners create a pleasurable relationship with food, their body, and themselves, which in my opinion is the fundamental secret to good health. Listen to Bite Back wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
So I was at a dinner party over the weekend with some friends, and there's always dinner conversation, and usually it's nonsense, and we're just like laughing, having a good time.
Who are you hanging out with?
Every now and then, though, that conversation can lead to some deep thinking, and that's what happened this weekend for me and for a lot of people at the table. I had a friend who brought up this question that she got from social media. She heard it on social media. She's like, I'm going to throw it out to the group. What do you think?
Okay.
Here's the question. If you could choose a couple to raise you as if you were a child, who would it be? And I was like, what? What do you mean? And
you have to pick a couple to raise you.
Like if you were a child and you wanted a couple to raise you out of all the people
you can't just pick your parents?
No, you can't. Out of all the couples and you got to think about like their emotional intelligence, think about their approach to life, think about conflict resolution, think about how they celebrate milestones, how they think about family. Like there's lots of things to consider, I guess, if you were to choose these people to raise you.
I don't like this question. I love my friends. I don't want to be raised by any of them. They're all weirdos. I don't want any of my friends raising me. That's is it just anyone else? I feel this question makes me feel ick.
I love my friends, but when you said them, like wouldn't want any of them to raise me.
No.
Really? I'm having trouble because there's so many things I like about so many different couples. It's hard to just pick one couple. That's my problem right now. Is I'm trying to find.
I think we need new friends.
Yeah, I love my friends. They're great, but I've partied with all my friends, and after that, I'm like, you're not raising me.
Yeah, you're not responsible.
But like, a lot of your friends are parents now, so you see the way they even parent.
Yeah, that's great for them. Some of them are awesome parents, but not for baby me.
Baby me.
Why? What's baby Gurdeep like?
What's your answer to this? Do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer, but it's not for your reasons. I don't have an answer because I have too many options, and I'm having trouble narrowing it down because I'm like, okay, I guess I really want that person who is probably the most measured, in a lot of different departments, and and like they're kind of like neutral in that way. I think that's my problem right now. Is I'm like, who is that person? Because like usually when you think about people's personalities, they're usually like one extreme to the other.
Who would it be? I know who it is for you.
Who?
It's your sister.
No.
No?
No.
Wow, why was that such an emphatic no? Hey, Nero, if you're listening, give us a call, 416-872-CHFI.
Because
your sister doesn't like your parenting skills.
She's my sister. I don't want her to parent me.
She's your big sister. She's probably a quasi-parent anyway.
Can I choose myself?
No.
Can I raise myself?
What's wrong with you?
Can I choose wolves?
Nothing. That's why I choose myself.
I choose wolves. Okay. Well, I mean, you guys think about it because clearly nobody's thinking about it in this room.
I hope none of my friends are listening.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So it's that time of year. It's almost the end of the school year, and a woman has gone viral on TikTok for suggesting this.
Do you make your kid go to school the last week of school? I don't make my kids go to school the last couple days of school. I don't see the point. Most of the teachers would rather you keep your kids home anyway, at least around here.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. A little spicy. Do you make your kids go to school the last couple days or the last week, as she's suggesting? I'm trying to think back. It's been a while since we were in school, but I feel like the last week is just like a mishmash of fun. We used to have a carnival day or a fun day.
Yes.
It's time to hang out.
Play day. I can't remember what it was called.
There wasn't much happening. You're kind of cleaning out your desk, cleaning out your locker.
Mm-hmm. And I guess her argument is that, there's no point. They're not learning anything. The school year's over. In her area, the teachers are done too. They're done with your kids, according to her.
Everyone's a little bit checked out, I feel.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear from teachers if that's how they really feel. I don't know. But it's interesting. I guess you really have to ask yourself, are they learning more by not actually learning what's in a textbook, let's say, or what's being taught on, based on videos or other things that they would normally do during that time. Like maybe what you're learning, the skills you're learning with like socializing and looking forward to that and all the hard work you put in the school year to end off on these last few days of fun. Maybe that's what you're learning.
Love when a teacher throws on a movie.
Yes.
Getting a class is so good. Yeah, and I mean, like, I really look forward to those. Yeah, because the structure kind of starts melting away, right? Like and you're going to get a little more time with your friends. You're going to have recess. There's going to be signing of yearbooks, maybe some summer planning. Hey, what camp are you going to? Let's do this.
Yes.
So what are you doing?
Eating outside for lunch.
The weather's
all the
good.
stuff.
All that. So like, I actually really liked being in school as the structure starts to melt away a little bit. So I personally, as a kid, I would not have wanted to miss those days just to start quote unquote summer a little bit early.
This is the first year that I'm dealing with my children being in school and preschool. So this woman got me thinking, I'm like, am I sending them to the last week of school? And then I was like, yes, I am, because if they're home, what does that mean for me? It's going to make things a lot more difficult for me in terms of planning. So no, I'm keeping them in for as long as I can keep them in.
That's true. Although with how many germs they're exposed to at that age and how sick your kids have been in and out, I guess that happens at that age. Maybe it's like, hey, a couple of days where I'm not exposing them to this.
See, I know there's an argument to be made on both sides. What do you guys think? If you have kids who are in school right now, it's the last week of school, do you think they need to attend the last few days of school?
And teachers, we want to hear from you too. Yeah, let's throw this out there. Let's do a 5 calls.
5 calls? Decide it all.
So is it okay to pull your kids out of school for the last week? How do you feel about it?
Sometimes you learn the most when you're not learning, though, if you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's all the fun stuff outside. I love that last week of school. What do you think? Is it okay to pull your kids out of school that last week? Tina from Vaughan.
I would say it's optional, but in my opinion, my kids love going the last week. I've got 3, and it's the most fun for them. It's laid back. They worked hard. The teachers tend to reward them with, like you said, TV time, extracurriculars or activities. Why not? Let them go have fun and just be kids.
Oh, I like that, Tina. Okay, your vote's been counted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amelia from Ajax, who is a teacher. What do you think? Is it okay to pull your kids out of school the last week? Yes or no?
I would say if you pull out your child the last week of school, they're really not missing anything, but they're missing a lot of fun. Because, during the last week, it's, like you said, a play day. They get to say goodbye to their friends. But I totally understand if parents do want to pull their child out. I get it, but they're really not missing anything academic.
Okay. Do you have a preference as a teacher?
I would prefer them if they stay in school.
Okay. We're going to count you as a yes then.
Yes, it is a yes.
Thanks for the call.
Have a good day, guys.
Mary Jane from Burlington, what do you think? Is it okay to pull your kids out of school the last week?
No, I don't think it's okay. When I was growing up, my dad was the principal of my school.
Oh, that's a tough one.
So we went to school all the time. But
Okay.
The last days of school are fun days.
Mm-hmm.
With you, totally on that. Okay, Mary Jane, your vote's been counted. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Shan from Caledonia, who is a teacher. What do you think? Is it okay to pull your kids out of school for that last week? Yes or no?
I think no, because it's usually the most fun time, not only for students, but also for the teachers.
Mm-hmm. It's fun for the teachers. Oh, I like hearing that.
They get to even have class parties, interact with their friends. No schoolwork, no assignments, no grading. It's just fun.
You get to let your hair down a little bit, right? It's a fun week.
Oh, yeah. And kids need that.
Yeah, your vote's been counted, Shan. Thanks so much for the call.
Thank you.
Hey, Hyman from Brampton. So what do you think? Is it okay to pull your kids out of school the last week?
I wouldn't. The reason why, you think about it, like going to school the first part of the semester, like September, they're excited, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end, they want to get excited as well because maybe some of their classmates or school friends may be moving, not going back to the same school. So they wanna feel that experience. They want to experience that enjoyment.
Yeah, for all the kids who are maybe, going off to different high schools as well,
True.
Or even if you're in high school going off to different universities, like the last week matters.
Yes.
You want to take a victory lap. I like that, Hyman. Thank you for the call. Your vote's been counted.
Have a good day.
Okay, so most of you there saying that it's, keep the kids in school. The last week is fun. Leave them there. It's a victory lap. 4-1. We've got it as the final saying, no, don't pull your kids out of school the last week.
Interesting perspective on our text line at 981-981 from Marilyn, from Allison saying, yes, definitely keep your kids at home. It's the perfect time to go to local attractions because they won't be as busy as they are after school lets out. Also, report cards have already been written at the beginning of June.
Ooh, a little inside info. I like the point about if you pull them out early, that's a good time to go check out attractions like the aquarium or CN Tower, whatever, because it's not busy. Wonderland, not as busy.
Never thought of that.
I like it.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
Okay, this comes with maybe some anxiety warnings because when I think about retirement and savings, I think all of us get a little anxious because how much money should you actually have saved for retirement? And this question's being asked, like if I had to ask you to give me a number or an idea of where you should be at by the age of 50.
By the age of 50.
Knowing that maybe you're going to retire by 65, maybe you're going to retire a little bit later. Like, where do you think you should be in terms of savings?
$11 billion. No?
You're not wrong.
Okay.
You are not wrong.
Like a specific number?
So I think picking a specific number won't work because everybody's lifestyle is different and your standard of living is different. So I think the best way to look at this is through your income, like your annual income, what you're making right now.
Okay.
If I was to say, how many times your salary would you need to live off of in retirement? Like, what do you think that number would be?
Well, first off, I'm not getting paid. I'm an intern. So what's like 100 times 0? Times your salary to by age 50 to retire comfortably at 65 and maintain your current lifestyle.
And I think you should take into account, like, investments you have right now, like stuff you have in your
so
TFSAs,
you're thinking about
your RSPs, all that stuff.
Any employee savings things, whatever you have in your bank account.
Yeah. If you look at what that number is, how is that in relation to what you make annually?
Can I factor in that my 15-year-old car is probably worth about $5,000 right now? Should I be adding that in?
Add in whatever you need to add in. Because if you
add
plan
it all in.
on driving that car in retirement.
My hockey card collection as well. This is going in. Okay.
By the way, the current car you have right now, not going to be good on your knees in retirement. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's a little too low profile. But go on.
I do make noises now when I get in and out. Okay. I'm going to say like 3 times your current salary saved by age 50.
Okay. According to financial experts, they say it should be 6 times.
Okay, so I was close.
6 times.
I was close.
Yeah.
6 times your current salary should be saved by age 50.
Yes.
In order for you to retire comfortably by 65. Okay.
And now look, there are other experts who say, look, don't even look at it this way because how do you know how you're going to live in retirement? Maybe you plan on downsizing. Maybe you're going to spend frugally. Maybe you don't retire at 65. Maybe you work longer so then you can stretch that out longer. So it's not going to be like a one size fits all. But I think the shocking part for me is that by age 50, which isn't that far away for me, I look at that number and I go, oh dear, we got some work to do.
Can you redo the math and tell me how much I need saved if I want to retire by 45?
You're an intern, okay? You gotta work your way up, mister. You're not even close to that.
Okay, I haven't crunched the numbers. I don't know if I should be feeling anxiety. Remember Freedom 55? Remember when that was a thing where it was like people it was just cool to retire at 55? How can you retire at 55 now with how expensive everything is?
And not to mention, people don't want to retire at 55. They're learning very quickly that 55, they're like, nah, I want to keep working. Yeah. I don't want to stop working.
It's no longer Freedom 55. It's now called Handcuffs84.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Today is drive-in movie day, and man, this brings back so much nostalgia. Like, I think we were at the drive-in at least once a month as a kid.
What?
Yeah, there's so many visceral memories of like going to the drive-in, the kind of gravelly road. You find a spot, and back in the day, there used to be this wire, and you had to take the wire and wrap it around your antenna, and then it would say like to tune into this radio station.
Come on.
And then you turn into the radio station, but it'd be like, oh, it's still a little crackly. Like, Dad, can you adjust it? My dad would go out and like wrap the thing around the antenna until we're like, okay, we got it, don't move. Okay, you got it. Whatever you did, hold it there. And then you'd get in, you'd go to the concession stand. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the... And then you'd grab snacks, pop open the back of the minivan, and just like sit in the trunk and watch it on a Tuesday.
Okay.
And double feature. You see 2 movies.
This is fascinating to me because I have never done this. I've never been to the drive-thru. What?
First of all, it's not the drive-thru.
Sorry.
You've been to the drive-thru. Stop calling it the drive-thru.
Can you tell I've never been?
The drive-in.
The drive-in. No.
This is insane to me because we're roughly the same age, but if you're a few years older than me. If you were a few years younger than me, I'd be like, okay, maybe you just missed this. How did you not go to the drive-in?
I thought it was like before my generation that people went to the drive-in, and then like maybe around your time it became cool again and it came back.
Again, for my time and your time is the same time. Stop putting. We're 3.5 years apart at the same time. Okay.
I must have missed it, but then if I missed it, then like how have I continued? There's still drive-throughs.
Drive-ins.
Drive-ins. There's lots of drive-throughs.
Lots of drive-throughs.
Maybe if I go, I'll know it's a drive-in.
Yeah, there's still drive-ins. There's one in Oakville, like the 5 drive-in.
That's the one I've been to here. I haven't been to any other ones, and it's awesome. It's so much fun.
Like I should do this now in my life.
Like now it's kitschy and nostalgic. In the 80s, it was still very much a thing. Like you're right. It did start in the 50s and 60s, I believe. And so we caught it sort of on the tail end of its popularity. Then it went away for a while, and now it's back and it's nostalgic.
Because everything that's old is new again and exciting.
It's a super fun romantic date night. Your kids are probably a little too young for it, but in a few years, you pile the kids in the car, you go make a night of it. They fall asleep by the second movie. So then it's just you and Paul.
Wow,
it
seems like a long time to be in the car with a double feature.
You could always bail.
Yeah, but it's like you're in the car, but you have a minivan, which is awesome.
Super comfortable.
And so because we've done it like a friend of ours had like a pickup truck, and then we have like the SUV, so you don't have as much space.
Okay.
But it's awesome in your minivan because you pop the trunk, you park backwards, and then you can put all your seats down, put some blankets and pillows in there.
A summer night, so it's warm.
Okay. So much fun.
Okay.
It's
serious,
so fun.
Serious question for you. Is there a drive-through?
No,
there's a concession stand that you walk up to.
I know, but can I just drive through one?
No.
Get
That's-
the food,
park
and
and
then
walk.
do all the
It's
things
so
you just
close.
said.
What's wrong with her?
I don't know. I swear, I think you were bubble wrapped as a kid and now not allowed to leave the house. There's so much you haven't experienced. Go leave the studio. Go touch grass and live life.
Drive-through at the drive-in.
Go learn how to swim.
They make sense. It's part and parcel.
No, just walk. It's an experience.
Could we
It's like-
send her to one summer camp and catch her up on everything she's missed? Is that possible?
Don't forget recess. Recess. I have to also go out for recess at some point.
Dear.
Pooja said she's going to Omimi.
Yep.
There's actually a drive-in in Lindsay, like 5 minutes from Omimi.
No way.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
I think it still only has 2 screens, but yeah, it's a nice little drive-in.
And I'm going with the kids this Canada Day long weekend, so I should just go catch a movie.
Just go, because I tell you, there's not a lot to do in Omimi. There's not even a Tim Hortons.
So
This is true.
Matt, can you sell Pooja on the drive-in? Did we capture it or did we miss anything?
No, you didn't miss anything. It's amazing.
Is there a drive-through?
You have to experience. The popcorn's fresher. You just can't compare it to anything else.
Okay, nice.
The popcorn's fresher.
You've sold me on it. I'm going to do it, and I'll report
Perfect.
back, Matt.
You report back after your vacation.
Yes, Matt.
Okay.
Matt, you're quickly moving to our Mount Rushmore of callers.
Perfect.
Thanks, buddy.
Have
Take
a good
care.
one.
Have a good day.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Okay, you may be tanking your entire day before it even starts.
Come on.
By doing these 8 things. And I looked at this list and I do all 8 of them.
What?
Yeah. And the idea here is that, your morning habits matter. The small choices you make, what you decide to eat, the things that you do affect your mood, your energy for the rest of the day.
Are
And
you doing them after the show so it doesn't affect me?
No, I'm doing them in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
And I guess the question is, are you also doing them? So I'm going to go through them with you and you tell me if this is true for you. Okay, you ready?
So if I'm doing 4 or less, I pass, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a test, but let's just see.
Everything's a test.
Are you drinking coffee before water?
No. Water first, then coffee.
Okay. I will say this. I do have a glass of water, but I don't have enough water before I have my
Glass
first
counts
coffee. No, because at the end of the day, you should do what you're doing. You have a lot of water before you have your coffee.
And then during the show, too. A liter before, a liter during, which is why I'm constantly going to the bathroom.
Yes, I don't do that. So, okay, that's one. Skipping breakfast. Do you eat breakfast?
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
You skip breakfast?
I have breakfast later. I'm fasting.
But
So-
doesn't it, when you have breakfast, it's still the AM, right?
Yes.
So doesn't that count as breakfast? I mean, it's the AM, it's your first meal of the day. I'm going to give that one to you.
I don't think so because you're supposed to eat when you wake up. I don't.
Okay.
Checking your phone immediately.
Yeah, I mean, we all do that, right?
We all do
First
that.
thing, my feet haven't even hit the floor.
Yep. Okay. Skipping mindfulness exercises. I'm not doing that.
Skipping mindfulness.
You're not
Like,
doing mindfulness
No.
exercises.
Like what qualifies as mindfulness?
I mean, you're just like aware.
Is
you're
thinking about what pants I'm going to put on? Is that mindful?
for you, but
Are
not.
those breathing exercises though? Because don't you do a lot of breathing exercises?
I've taken a break. I used to do those,
Oh.
but now I listen to podcasts on the way to work.
Wow.
I'm going to say that's a no.
Okay.
Not setting an intention. Do you set an intention in the morning? Like, I'm going to be nice to Pooja today. I'm not going to make fun of her
that one
as
definitely
much as I
not.
normally do.
No, I'm going to give myself a no on that one.
Okay. Starting your day in a rush. Oh my gosh. Every morning is a rush.
But it's like organized chaos. Now, I'm going to say no. Like, I'm moving at a healthy pace. I'm not rushing. I'm never breaking into a jog or.
I'm rushing.
No.
I'm rushing every morning. Hitting the snooze button.
No.
I do that many times. And not getting morning sunlight, which because of when we start. But you have a machine that replicates it, right?
Yes, but I'm going to give us both a yes on that because when we're done, we're out of here by like 10:30. You're still getting morning sunlight. It's a.m. You're getting
in order
sunlight.
for you to set the tone and to get the benefits for the entire day, you got to get it when you wake up.
There's lots of runway in the day after we're done this show. You're being too hard on yourself.
Okay.
Give yourself that one.
All right. So 7 out of
7?
8, I'm sabotaging my day.
I'm sabotaging with 3.
Okay. All right. You win.
I feel I feel good about this.
Was this a quiz?
I was
he was
counting.
taking scores. He was like, well, I get at least 50%.
Everything is not a test.
What? Who's competitive?
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI. The Daily Double.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
2 stories you need to know. What do you got, Pooch?
Okay, you may have heard the rumors about Eminem and Mariah Carey dating, but now we're hearing from Mariah's producer about how their first meeting even happened. Turns out that Eminem asked to meet with Mariah to ask her to star in his movie 8 Mile. Remember the movie?
I remember this rumor like ages ago, right?
Yes. The role, he wanted her to play his mom.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Aren't they pretty close to the same age?
I think so. And according to this producer, Demiza says that she was very offended by the ask and did not appear in the movie. And apparently that was not good. But that was the beginning of their rumored romance. According to this producer, he says it was Mariah who was chasing Eminem and not the other way around.
So we still don't have a definitive answer on this.
Yes. But still, don't ask her to be your mom.
Yeah, that's something.
What do you got?
Okay, so this is really exciting. John Candy has a documentary coming out at TIFF. It's going to kick off TIFF. So I've decided to put together my top 5 John Candy movies of all time. Everyone's list might be different. You might agree with me. You might not. You can always drop a text at 981-981. Here's what I got at number 5.
Doris, a gold medal is a wonderful thing. But if you're not enough without it, you'll never be enough with it.
He can make you cry just as much as he can make you laugh. That's John Candy and Cool Runnings.
Nice.
Here's number 4.
Polka, 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 polka. No? Twin Lakes polka, Damavuji polka, a.k.a. Kiss Me polka, polka twist.
These are songs.
John Candy as Gus Polinski, the Polka King in Home Alone. Small role, but man, he was so good in that movie.
So good.
Here's number 3, John Candy's best movie.
I'm a Mog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
Spaceballs. I've probably seen that 100 times. Number 2, and this is where it might get a little contentious with Pooja. Here's number 2.
You ever hear of a tuna?
You ever hear of a ritual killing?
Uncle Buck, come on.
I struggled between that at number 1. I landed on it at number 2.
Why do you have in the number 1
Because at number
spot?
1, he makes you laugh and cry as Del Griffith in this role.
Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me. My wife likes me. My customers like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Okay.
And that's what the doc is called, John Candy, I Like Me, from that famous rant.
I love that.
Yeah, John Candy, I Like Me, directed by Colin Hanks and produced by Ryan Reynolds. World premiere September 4th at Roy Thompson Hall. By the way, honorable mention to Great Outdoors and Brewster's Millions.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.